Welcome back. This is the 20th? This is Saturday Rise Up with me, Alexander. I want to begin today by clearing the field around us, clearing the mental space inside of us. And we're going to do that today by bringing some locational physicality to the concepts that are circulating in our mind. The ideas, the thoughts, the concerns, the anxieties, the regrets, whatever they may be. Take a moment and call them forward instead of pushing them away. Tell them to come closer to you. I have this obligation later today. Oh, I have to go and check on this. This is in the back of my mind. I'm concerned about this, these bills I need to pay. Bring them all around you. Let them sit next to you for a moment. Right here, one right here, one right here, one right here, one right there, one right here, one on the shoulder. And realize for a moment as you sit with them that their presence is only as real as you make it. When you externalize these concepts and build mental pictures of them, you can start to play with their size. When you call them closer to you, mentally, temporally, spiritually, you might start to realize that they're not as daunting as you might be building up inside your head. So I saw a technique once to eliminate these in order to clear your field is to identify where something might be in your aura, in your space. Say, oh, I got these bills that I'm worried about. Let's just clear that up for now. And you just clap. Just to get rid of it in that area. It's right here. It's gone. Oh, this party I'm worried about later. I have some anxiety about that. Here it is. Let's get that out of here. This little, thing I did earlier this week that makes me feel like, I wish I didn't do that. Get out of here. Whatever it might be in your life, take a moment and clap all the excess thoughts and concerns out of your system. Shoo them away for a moment. Seems silly, I know, but play with me. And as you do that, watch them leave. Watch them disappear into nothing. They're all in here to begin with. That was a big motorcycle. They're all in here to begin with. They'll end in here as well. There's concerns of things that should be terrifying to you that are looming around the corner, but you have no concept of awareness of them, so they have no hold over you. They don't sit in your awareness. They don't take up any of your perception. Why don't we worry about those things? Because you're not aware of them. The same applies to the things that we hold dear to us, the concerns that we have, the fears that we hold. We make them much bigger than they actually are. So if you take a moment and just recognize them, say, okay, but for this one moment now, none of that matters. We're going to focus on being intentional, being here, being present, being aware in this moment, because right now is about me. Right now is about taking the time to build, to protect, to armor, to fortify me, so that I can be prepared to go out into the world and do the things that must be done. Do your dharma, as they say in India, but just do your duty. Do the things that have to happen. Maybe you had a really tough week at work. Oh, we don't know why this is happening. There was major technological failure around the planet. Some people are really feeling that. That's causing a lot of stress. People are losing money. Customers are complaining. These are all things that are happening to everyone. They're everyone's shared experience, but you have control over how much of that actually impacts your mentality, your psyche, your mindset, your take your pick. So today we're going to clap them all out of our space. We'll see you in a little bit. Maybe never again. And by taking this physical action to address a temporal manifestation, we can free ourselves for a short period of time, perhaps permanently, to bring our attention and our awareness in. Bring it into the room as you close your eyes and find a comfortable posture. Make sure you're rooting down like we talked about last week and the week before, and finding a good padding, making sure your glute is pulled back. Get those pelvic bones firmly rooted on the ground or in your chair, wherever you might find yourself today. The calming sensation of all of the different areas of your body, finding neutrality, finding balance, finding comfort, and then close your eyes. Listen. Feel. Smell. Taste. All of these are sensations taking place only inside your mind. When you become more aware of them, you start realizing there's a lot of stuff going on that I'm not paying attention to, that I'm not consciously aware of. Bring your attention to your body, your physical form. Notice the weight of it for a moment. The weight of your chin and your head, which you're holding up. The weight of your hair on your head, if you're still lucky enough to have some. The weight of your arms hanging down at your side or on your lap. The weight of your fingers. Oh, so heavy. I'm always picking these things up. The weight of your legs. The weight of your torso. The weight of your shoulders and arms. Just notice. Next, notice the feeling on your skin. Feel the shirt on your body or the pants on your legs. Feel the socks on your feet or the floor beneath your toes. Feel the air against your skin. Feel the air against your ears. Is it cool? Do you notice anything? Maybe it's hot. Maybe there's a breeze. Just notice. Bring your attention, bring your awareness in. Are you wearing any jewelry? Where's your tongue positioned in your mouth? Is it neutral? Is it pressed against your teeth? Is it in a mudra? How about your face? Is your face neutral? Is your forehead scrunched up? Are your eyes all tight? Your cheek and jaw is all tight? Is it loose and relaxed and calm? Is your neck neutral? What about your spine? Are you hunched over or hunched back or laying down? Just notice. There's so much to notice. Make sure your eyelids are just loosely shut. Let your eyes just float there in your head. Seal your lips if you can, and breathe just through your nose. Hear the hum of the air as it goes up your nostrils and down your esophagus into your lungs. And then expelled back out again. How loud is that when you listen for it? Can you make it silent? Can you control your breathing in order to make it absolutely silent? As you do that, is your body moving? Are you fidgeting? Or is everything calm and present, locked into position as you bring all of your awareness just to your nose? Just the tip of your nose. Well, I suppose I should introduce this little one. How you doing? This is Sophia. She just walked away. Sophia is my new puppy. She's about 7 weeks old. So we're getting to know each other. I think Sophia wants to go outside. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, well, duty calls. Be right back. Oh, brief intermission. Want to go outside? Come on. Okay, we're back. Oh. So this is Sophia. I think she's having a little bit of a bad tummy day. So, new dog dad stuff. Got to figure out how to be a dog dad. Hey, what's going on with you? We'll figure it out. So my mother was right about one thing. Not to discredit her. She deserves lots of credit. She did a great job with me. And she said one thing over and over and over again. She goes, "You'll understand when you have children." And she was right. I couldn't possibly understand what that meant until I would have a child. And I've yet to have a child. But by having a little fur baby, something happened that I noticed. And that was a chemical difference in my brain. So one thing you'll know about me is that this guy's clean. No caffeine, maybe a little tea. No sex, no drugs, no alcohol, no weed, no pharmaceuticals, no nothing. Junk food, like pop, like going out to eat at McDonald's, like nothing. I keep to myself quite a bit. I work, I read. What else? I drink a lot of water. Now, I mention this because when you don't participate in the heighteners and the depressants of life, you end up gaining a lot of sensation back in your body. So you can notice when adrenaline hits, it hits hard. When the other endorphins in your body or glands might be activating, they also, like, you notice it. You're like, oh. And when I first picked up Sophia for the first time, and she moved in, and I was showing her the place, and I started having to like pay attention and watch her and look out for her, and then sort of like puppy-proof the place and all that stuff. It was like, as this loner who'd been going through life for so long, to now have like a companion, someone with me. It was, even when I was sitting in the dark, I'd be like, I'm not alone anymore. Like, you're never actually alone. Let's be honest, right? I told you my story about Thailand. So never actually alone. But now you're like, actually not alone. Sophia's having a tough day. I don't know if it's something I did or something she did, but we're going to figure it out. It doesn't matter. You okay? You're having a bad tummy day. You haven't eaten. We got to figure you out. Okay, so we're going to figure you out. Yeah, you're definitely not in a good mood. You need help. So we're going to figure that out. But her potty training's gotten amazing in the last 3 days. She went from peeing all over the house in the first day to 0 on day 3. So that's progress. And now she tells me when she wants to go poo. This is just the beginning. We haven't even started training yet. More or less, she's training me, telling me what she likes and how she likes it. I'm doing my best to communicate in the most animalistic of ways, I suppose. Like beyond language. Language is a linguistic convenience that humans have come up with in order to move faster or communicate more directly. I used to think it was one of the most amazing, sophisticated things that ever existed, but that has since changed. Language is lazy, sloppy, inconvenient, and as you can tell, I have a bunch of dictionaries to go and decipher some of the complexities and nuances and things that change in language, especially English, which doesn't have that many words. You can see, it's like, those are all the Webster's English dictionaries, whatever. It's barbaric, to be honest, especially English. But here we are, using words, recording those words, to convey information so that we may share experience. Chemistry. I want to tell you a story about chemistry. Humans are just meat universes. We're just bottles or containers of all these little chemical reactions. Oh, there's too much of this on one side of the membrane. We're going to balance that out, or we're going to inject a little bit of this. That's going to go through the rest of your body and bind over here, and then secrete this sort of thing that goes over there. Oh, we're too hot. We're going to open the vents and let the water seep out. We're these little chemical bags that are more or less controlled by the central nervous system and the brain. And the mind and the brain are two separate things. The mind does not exist in the brain. The mind transcends that by a long shot. But the brain is like the powerhouse. It's the computer that runs this whole thing. We were talking last week about breath and how breath is one of the three components that we actually have control over. Mind, body, right? We have variable control over. And spirit, which oddly enough, we don't need to control, but we have a lot of control over it. And it gives us access to controlling the other two. When you respirate, you get control of one of those three pillars. And that allows you to direct attention at the other two pillars. So if you breathe fast, you breathe slow. These have different effects on your physiology. Maybe your heart speeds up. Boom, 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 boom. Your heart slows down. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Your mind will start to race. We haven't taken a breath in so long. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh my God, we're going to die. Interwoven, these three systems. Back to chemistry. I hated chemistry in high school. It just made no sense to me. You get titrations and you get like bonding of covalent carbon and all these really complicated. Not very useful for the average person. However, understanding the chemistry of your body, from the food that you put into your system to the types of activities that you engage throughout the day and how they modulate the different glands in your system. Let's see, what do you have for glands? You have your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, You got your gonads, you got your ovaries. What do we have? Your thyroid gland, your thymus gland. What am I missing? Your pancreas. Did I overshoot one? What's the rest of the glands? Am I missing one? You can let me know if I missed one. These glands are the... Wait. Oh, it was coming to me. I think I did miss one, but that's okay. The glands are the chemical powerhouses that run your entire body. They get you to your adrenal gland. That's one. These are so important because they use electrical impulse from the brain that sees, feels, notices, or intakes something, and it sends a signal, and the gland secretes a chemical into the body that has an effect, right? In the case of adrenaline, it's like an injection, and it gets you superpower for a short period of time. More alert, more present, more focused, more aware. Ugh. But there's other glands in your body that have different purposes, like for helping you go to sleep with melatonin secreted by the pineal gland. There's the pituitary gland, which is known as the master gland, which helps coordinate all the other glands by releasing the right chemicals at the right time. Now, I didn't want to go into a very technical explanation of this, but I wanted to tell a story about how you can notice the activity of these glands. While I was in India, I was in an ashram for 2 months. During that time and before that, I was also very pure in the sense of no alcohol, no drugs, no sex, not much sugary stuff, just like eating properly and consciously and taking care of myself because, well, I didn't know what I was doing. And when I was in India, I remember going on a date after the first month being in the ashram of eating really, really healthy, conscious food and not eating out and no junk food and all that sort of stuff. And I went on a date with a woman that was like the most like cute, just kind of date. We just went out and we had dinner together and then I dropped her off. I went home. It was like a beautiful first date. And then we saw each other again a few nights later. And this time we stayed out a little bit too late because we were just completely engrossed in each other. Just the connection that we had was so authentic and genuine, and it was those loving eyes, right? You're staring into someone's eyes. You're like, oh, all that, right? It was nice. And we had the ashram doors close pretty early, like 10, 11 o'clock. Like 10 o'clock. So we were kind of like locked out, but we kind of got back in, and we were staying at 2 separate ashrams. So I was like, I'll just get a hotel. They're cheap. We'll just sleep for a few hours, and then we'll go our separate ways. Now, of course, your normal inclination would be like, oh, you're just trying to sleep with me or whatever. Like, yeah, but not this guy, right? I'm like, legit, let's just like, take this slow, we'll sleep, we'll hang out, we'll like kissy, all that fun stuff. And then we'll go our separate ways. Now, that night, we were both very kind, very sweet. We spent time together, and we were cuddling and kissing, and like, it was like very, What's the word I'm looking for? It was just sweet. It was potent. And it was very much activating. And the energy of it was very high. But nothing sexual ever took place. But still, there was this energetic transcendence, this expansion that took place. No drugs, no alcohol, not even sugar. And I just remember the feeling in my body, a tingly sensation, the lighting up of all the synapses in my brain. And I was like, what is this? As in the West, when I used to hang out and go out and meet chicks and do whatever, I was usually drunk. I would drink a bunch and then we'd be like, want to go back to my place? And like, whatever happened, happened. Right? And in the morning, you're like, oh, okay, whatever. This was different. This was intentional. This was a conscious decision to be present, to be sweet, to be sincere. They're like, yeah, we're kind of breaking the rules, but like, we're adults, you know? But we can do this respectfully. We can do this consciously. So that night, we finally fell asleep after like kissing, and like is like playing around all night, just like little kids. And the high from that was so potent. I was legitimately high from the chemicals my body secreted. Yeah, probably the pheromones of her and the smell and all that stuff and the activity and all the sexual like innuendo had an effect for sure. But that was, once again, sensorial information just going into the body that wasn't acted upon. Didn't go to the next step. You know, first base, second base, third base, home plate. I don't know what base we stopped at, but we definitely didn't round home. So in the morning, we woke up early. I had to go back for my meditation class at 5 a.m. So I had to get up at like 4. So it wasn't even in the morning. It's just like 3 hours later. And then she went her way. And I remember gliding the whole way back to my ashram, which was a couple miles on foot in darkness. But the happiest, most angelic, just, high on life. I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is so cool. There was like, this woman's great. I'm so wow. That whole day, fantastic. Wow. Oh, everything's so good. I had the best night ever. But then the next day I woke up and the buzz was gone. It's like, wait a second. Why do I feel low today? Like more than just baseline, low. I'm like, what the heck? Did I just drug myself? Not with drugs. With my own chemistry. My body secreted hormones, endorphins, oxytocin, serotonin, all the happiness chemicals. It created them. Psh. Here, have some of this. Be happy. And wow, was I happy. I was so freaking happy. So happy. And then the next day, when they wore off and I woke up, I remember feeling low. And as I was writing in my book, because I was writing a book at the time, I remember documenting this. I remember saying, this woman did nothing to me. I didn't ingest anything to do this. This was all a figment of my imagination. My brain, my mind created this whole experience. And then it corresponded to chemical releases into my biology that gave me another sensation. I remember being mystified by this. I was like, wow. Now, when you do that normally, when I say normally, you don't feel it because you're hopped up on stuff. Pharmaceuticals, pornography, bad food, alcohol, cigarettes, marijuana, you name it. All of this stuff dampens your ability to feel in the most genuine and sincere type of way. And it wasn't until I was able to remove myself from all of those things and then consciously have one of these, interactions where I was able to feel my own chemistry and notice how it was responding and how it would take hold of me. All I thought about was her. Because my mind was saying, it was her. It was her. Get her back. Text her. Go talk to her. Go find her. Go be with her. And then I was going, wait a second. No. What? No, you're not doing that. You sound like an addict. That's what you sound like. You sound like an addict. You're going to wait this one out. Let the withdrawals go past. And they did. It took about 2 days, 3 days, and everything balanced out again. I was like, wow, that was amazing. An amazing ride. Amazing. How you doing, Sophia? It was an amazing ride. And I saw it. I was like, holy shit. That is normal. That's what you're supposed to feel. But we're not able to. Or it gets completely haywired and hijacked or over amplified with all these other things. And then we attribute it to all this other stuff. You don't notice it. You can't identify it. You don't recognize it. So why do I talk about chemistry? Well, for the same reason my mother told me, you'll understand when you have children. And I was like, okay, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And I got a little taste of that when I met Sophia. And I brought her home, and here she is now. And I was like, wait, the way I would normally operate, which is fast, this done, that done, this done, that done, this done, that done, this done, done. My normal flow was interrupted by, there's a pissing dog in the house. I gotta feed you. I gotta walk you. I gotta feed you. And I had to slow my rhythm down to Sophia. So it's like, I want to go do 1,000 things, but I can only do it in the silence. This is my only chance to do what I have to do. Do you understand? And that was a chemical change that was noticed in my brain of, wow, I love Sophia. I love Sophia. Oh my God, I love you so much. And that means I need to put myself back a little bit, right? Because we've talked about self-love over and over and over again. Self-love, 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 self-love. You got to love yourself. And when you truly, truly love yourself, loving others is easy because then you don't recognize any of the bad things in other people that make you upset. Like peeing in the house. Right? Truly, truly love yourself. But then my whole chemistry was, I could feel it in my brain. I was like, what the fuck is this? It was hijacked. And it's been rewritten. All the code has been rewritten to this. Oh, we don't allow dogs here. Well, Burgess's business is not good here either. Sorry. I don't give a fuck. Dog comes first. My Sophia, my Sophia. Right? It's a choice. When I picked up Sophia, the only qualification that I had before I met her was, is she travel size? And they were like, oh yeah, mom's like this, dad's like this, she'll be like small. I'm like, when can I meet her? Calming, soothing, feminine energy, but also Jack Russell Terrier with red heeler. So likes to go chase and bite shit. So she'll fit right in with me. Chemistry. Taking control and awareness of your chemistry is a very important process of your own self-realization. The pills that you put in your body that are prescribed by doctors, I'm not here to tell you what to or what not to do, right? We're not even going to talk about the other stuff that they've been telling us to put in our bodies. That's not my point. My point is taking conscious ownership of being a sovereign individual and taking every decision that you make with awareness. And when you start to remove a lot of these things that we think that we need, oh, I'm feeling stressed out, I need to have a cigarette. Been there. Oh, it's been a long day, I need to have a drink. Been there. Oh, I just want to relax, I need to smoke some weed. Done that. Oh, I just I'm hungry, I need to go to McDonald's. Yep. These are all biological, chemical procedures that are taking place that we can take control over. But nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. But I care, but I care, but I care. Do you really? Ask yourself. Don't ask me. Ask yourself. Well, yeah, there's always a way that you can improve. But are you making those improvements? For your own benefit, for your own sensation, for your own feeling, for your own growth. It doesn't need to be tough. Oh, that's so difficult. I could never give up coffee. Well, as soon as you said those words, guess what? You are a coffee addict for life. Oh, I like my glass of wine with dinner. Sure. Right? Do what makes you happy. But understand that you don't need anything. You truly, truly do not need anything. You need this to be present, locked in, aware. You need this to be as fit as you can make it, and the rest is all there. Just breathe in. It's the first thing you did. Breathe out. It's the last thing you'll ever do. Just keep doing that. The rest of the chemistry will balance itself. As long as you have a positive, engaged mindset. That doesn't mean you're always jumping with joy. Oh, life is so good. Everything's perfect. Best day ever. That's not it. It's seeing the field for what it is. Remember we cleared the field? All the different things that we started with at the beginning? We clapped and got rid of them. And they're waiting for you as soon as you step outside the door, if you choose to let them wait for you. Or you can show up with presence of mind and presence of awareness and deal with them one by one. Oh, I have a bill due in 30 days. Okay, well, that's due in 30 days. What about the 29 days before that? Right? Why aren't you stressing about just making sure your next meal is the perfect next meal to set you up for the next 6 hours? So that you can do the thing after that, thing after that, thing after that. How all of these dominoes are connected to each other. But no, I'm just going to toss this in the microwave. I'm going to eat this really quickly as I sit on the couch and watch Netflix. I'm going to skip the exercise day today, and I'm not going to read the book. I'm like, these are all choices. These are all choices. What are you feeding yourself? Back to your chemistry. My chemistry is forever changed. I need to go figure out what's happening with Sophia. We're going to figure it out together. Right? Together. Whereas before it was just me. Now it's we. Because if dogs aren't allowed, Burgess isn't allowed. Because Burgess is a dog. I am now, at least. I'm pup leader. I'm pup commander. I don't see her as my puppy, like my little dog. I see her as like my wife. I've married myself to a dog, spiritually, emotionally. So we're gonna go get you some love. Oh, Sophia. Oh, Sophia, are you okay? She sleeps on my head, and I wake up with puffy eyes. Oh, puffy, puffy, puffy. She's like on my face, sleeping. Like, okay, that's a good spot. Like, if you want to sleep there. Oh, Sophia. So we're gonna go get her what she needs, and I hope you guys all get what you need. And we'll see you next time. Oh, say goodbye, Sophia. Say goodbye. Bye.